Gypsy Man, this is part 3C of the Gen 33. The Gen 3 Glock 33 restoration. So let's move these pins aside. We're gonna clean those up in a minute. Let's get ourselves a new shop tile because this thing is just going through it. So this is what we got. We have to get down to probably what that shine is. And we're gonna clean that up. We're gonna clean all of this up. All right, so let's get started. Let's just start with a brush and try to get as much of that off as we can. I don't even know what it is. So let's get it cleaned up. I usually, and I promise you, have a very clean workspace. But this project, it's making it difficult to keep it from being so dusty. All right? So let's disassemble it. Oh, wow. Did y'all see that dust bunny fall out? That dust bunny just fell out of this trigger housing. And look how fat the spring is. All right. So remember to make sure you know which way the spring goes. So the spring goes forward. So when we take off that trigger bar, spring goes forward. Let's get our Q-tip, get down into that housing. Wow. 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 Let's get another one. Get everything out of that housing. Nice and clean. Let's brush off that spring. We're not going to be adding any oils or anything to this spring. Basically just cleaning everything off. Just brushing that off. All right. So let's get that connector off of there because we're going to polish that up. So let's go through it from the back, push down with the tool. And it's going to press out. You just pull it off. Just brush that off. All right, so basically, we got ourselves a housing that's ready to reuse. Put that there. Let's wipe off this connector. Go ahead and add our flits onto that. And we're going to clean up this whole thing. Let's get started. The connector itself should get pretty clean. It shouldn't take long to polish this up. And the important parts are any part that touches another, which is up in here. I like to get these clean along the back. They don't touch metal, but you know, while you got it out, you might as well clean it up. All right, let's see how it looks. See, it doesn't take long to do that. And again, this isn't one of those polished jobs where it comes out looking like glass, but sometimes we can get it there. It all depends on the metal. All depends on the metal, but I'm gonna tell you what, feels slippery. It looks a lot better. Oh yeah, very acceptable for what we're doing. Now, onto this trigger bar. I don't know what this green stuff is. Of course we know it's corrosion. Actually, it's coming off. I mean, it has to be corrosion, but it's actually coming off. All right. So let's polish it up. We're gonna polish everything, but the important parts are here, inside, here. But we're gonna do the whole thing. And it doesn't look like they used the best metal to stamp these out, so we're gonna get this as clean as we can get it. I just like to get a little coat on there, and we'll get it started. Hopefully this will come out looking pretty good. It'll come out pretty good. Hit it. Get along these edges. Any part that's going to be touching metal, just hit it. Let's see how it's coming out. I'll see how it came out, because the rest of it I'll probably be using a Q-tip to do it. And before this video gets too long, like I said, this wasn't the best metal to start with. And I'm not going to shave any metal off just to get it down. We're just trying to restore it. But I assure you that my trigger bars usually come out pretty mirror effect, but this one would definitely be just a cleaning with the wheel. Now these Gen 3s, they did not use the same metal. If they did, it doesn't polish as nice as the newer one. So I'm sure you get it, but like I said, I'm not going to get too deep into it. Not bad. Not too bad, not too bad. Like I said, I can do a lot better. But let's get it back assembled, because this is a lot better than it was. So let's get our connector put back on. We're just going to press that in by hand at the bottom. It's in there nice and tight. Let's get our bar back reassembled onto the spring. Okay, we just press it in. Bring it back around. And then we can twist that back in. We're going to put some oil right here. All right, we got our trigger bar reassembled. All right, not too bad, not too bad. It looks way better than it did. Not the best job, got some mirror in some of the spots, but not too bad at all. All right, so we're gonna assemble that, place that back into the housing. Press that down. Get our pins back in. Nice and flush on both sides. So this is a Gen 3 and a Gen 4, okay? So we're gonna put our guide back in. We're gonna put, oh, this spring needs a little care. This rod. So we're going to put the top rod in first on the Gen 3, 1 through 4. Put the top one in first after you put that guide back in. Okay, we're going to get that flush on both sides. Or should I say even? More. Yeah, I go a little bit more. A little too much. All right. All right. Then we're going to put our slide lock back into the frame. Bring it back. Make sure that you have that spring underneath this guide. So put it back in. Making sure you have your holes. See? Clean this up before we put it back in. All right, put that back in. We're gonna push that through. We can push this through. Now the 5s, the Gen 5s, you can't just push it through. And you can hear a little click. Because once you get inside, function check. Once you get inside, it locks in. So we got that nice and even on both sides. Now, we already have it oiled. We're going to oil here, 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 just a little bit, here. That's it. It's a Glock. You put it back together. Function check. Slide lock works. And we got ourselves a restored Glock 33 ready to go. Ready to go back to its owner, nice and clean, nice and ready to function. It's clear. Nice. Very nice. So, if this were mine, I would feel that the trigger is very heavy for my preference, so you can either change up some of the internals, or you can buy yourself a brand new trigger for this. But this, ladies and gentlemen, let's brush this off, is a well-maintained, restored Glock 33, and I'm going to do them a favor and go ahead and add this extension on the magazine, and they'll be ready to go. All right, Gypsy Man, and I hope you enjoyed that. Peace, and I'll possibly make the video for the extension, but probably not. Peace.